In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn everything on in the event center. First thing is you need to open the door to the closet and turn on the circuits for all the things you're going to use. Projector, audio, and stage lights. Then you will want to grab the key that is sitting right up here to unlock the cabinet in the back, and then go back to the back cabinet. After opening the cabinet, you need to turn on the main power switch at the top. This will turn everything on the board. Next, you will want to remove the computer. Remove the computer from the drawer and the iPad. And pull all the cords out. The best way to make it work is to arrange the iPad and the computer this way. And you want to plug the power for the iPad from this cord, run it around behind the laptop and into the outlet to power it on. Then you can open the laptop and begin plugging items into the side. Power. This cord is used, the network cable is used for video switching, but you can plug it in anyway. This USB cord is for sound. You need to make sure to plug that in. And video. This cord is for video. Plug that into 3. And this black one is for the second display in the back if you're going to use it. Even if you're not, you can go ahead and plug it in. Once those are all plugged in, press the power button. And the iPad, when it loads up, down here at the bottom, this icon, touch that. That's the program to run the sound. The computer password is capital C, B, C, lowercase a, V, 2016. And that will fire that up. When the iPad turns on, it's in a generic state. You'll need to load a scene. The best way to do that is to hit this arrow twice, hit the scene button, and the list right below it. And this will list all the scenes. The thing you want to make sure is all these over here are checked, because we want to recall everything. So use 6-piece and recall. Now when you push this button and the scene again, come back, and everything is now listed and loaded. The simulcast works automatically. The computer is what you'll want to use. I would suggest, if you're just using the computer, mute everything else, because you don't need it. Let's scroll over. Mute, mute, mute. That's probably good. And that's how you mute the computer, and this is the volume for the computer. The computer boots up. You can close anything that pops up. And you'll be wanting to use, if you're just wanting to run audio, you can open iTunes and you can import files from a USB drive or whatever. I would suggest making a playlist over here for whatever, and then just play your music. There's a volume on the computer on the keyboard. Turns it down, turns it up. I would suggest putting it somewhere in the middle and then leveling this out so you have control on the computer to turn it up and down. It's easier to turn volumes up and down on the computer than on the iPad. If you wanted to project something, you need to open up ProPresenter, just that icon, click on that. At that time you'll need to use the remote in the back to turn the projector on, which this is the remote NEC. You point it up toward the projector, press on, the projector will click and it'll turn on. If you're going to use the back monitor, you will want to use the other remote, the Hisense remote for the TV in the back. Again, press that on there and that will turn on. It'll return everything back to the drawers. ProPresenter boots up. Again, you can close anything that pops up. Anything about videos, later. I'll install that. The thing you want to check is sometimes ProPresenter, when it starts up, it won't be showing the entire screen, as you can see. So what you have to do is just close ProPresenter and reopen it. ProPresenter quit. Yes. And you reopen ProPresenter. And when it comes up this time, again, say OK on that. Now it's in the full screen. And you can see on the TV it's mirroring on the back. If you want to use the stage display, you need to turn the back TV using the back remote, using the input button, this button on the TV, input, and go to HDMI 2, go down, enter, nope, enter. And then you have to go to ProPresenter and go to ProPresenter Preferences. You need to go to Display and enable Stage Display. And that gives a different display that's on the front, though it's on the back. On the back will just be words. If you just want to mirror, again, take your remote, input button, and go back to HDMI 1, and it will mirror what's on the front to what's on the back. And that's basically it. You are ready to use the Event Center. To use the stage lights, there are several things you'll want to do. First of all, there's no telling what the state of the board will be in when you come in and turn it on. These should be down. What you'll want to do is you want to make sure you're on the right bank. The best way to do that is to press and hold the program button until it flashes that we're in program mode. Then press and hold the program button again, and you're out, and then hit the blackout button because we're blacked out right now. So now we know we're on the right one. So pressing 1 will change the colors. Pressing 2, some of these are preset for Sunday morning. 3, if you want to program your own scenes, go back to 1. What you want to do is press and hold program and move the bank to something else. See, we're on bank 1. And go to 5 is fine. And each one of these buttons corresponds to a fixture or a group of fixtures. So this first one is white 1. First thing you'll want to do when you're programming is select them all, push the first 4 sliders or 5 sliders up and then down. It turns all the lights off. Back out, and there are no lights on the stage. So you select 1, it's a white light, first slider, turn it up, you can see it shines over there to the left, stage right. So you can say if you want that one on, you can leave it on. Unselect it, slide that back down. Second one is a bank of color. It's RGB. So first slider is red. Second slider is green. And third slider is blue. Or you can color mix. Put a little green in there and make purple. Whatever you want to do with that. Again, when you're done, turn it off, slide the sliders down. The lights stay on. When you finish the scene you want to save, all you have to do is press MIDI record and push the number you want to store it in. So this is bank 5, I'm going to put it in the first one. When you push the button, you'll see the lights flash. That means it's stored. So now, to get out of it, program, we're in blackout, hit the blackout button, and you see it went back to bank 1. That's not what we did bank 5. So put it on bank 5, press number 1, and that's the scene that we saved. So you can do that for as many banks as you want, you can do that for however many fixtures you want. This is the fade time, so if you turn it up, you want it to fade slowly. You can put it to a minute 40 or a second, 1.45 seconds. When you push the button, it'll slowly fade. It's fading out. It takes a long time. I prefer about 30 seconds of fade time. That way when you press the button, it fades in, push it again, fades out. When you're done, it doesn't matter what state you leave the board in, you can just leave it and turn off the main switch at the top, and that turns everything off.